When you get an email from Meghan Markle, you know you got to fly Steph the Alter Nerd in studio. What? Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor with my guest in studio, Steph the Alter Nerd.
Yes!
Welcome.
Yorkshire in the house.
We're actually here. This isn't CGI. There she is. We're all here. Welcome. High five. Yes. So epic. So happy to have you here. It's nice. You like the digs? They're nice.
Oh my goodness.
Nice, right?
It's much better since the last time I was here.
We have upgraded. Now guests can be here, and I'm so excited because, man, what a topic to have Steph here for our first Megsy email. Look at this. Look at this. Now, you can confirm, without saying where this came from, you also can confirm this isn't some made-up crap. This came from a reliable source that would have had this email, and this is legit, right?
Correct, yes. Absolutely legit.
I don't tell my sources, but she knows the source. She knows what's going on. I trust her with it, and so does my source knows that Steph knows. And this is a real email, and it's very revealing, I think. And while we've talked about the full story, which we haven't watched the full story, head on over to Popcorn Planet. We posted the full story because it's a long, big story about not only the email, but then the guy she tried to steal this from and how she weirdly became like Fatal Attraction, like stalking the dog and the owner. And see, it feels like she did that whole meeting just to try to see, could she still get the dog back? Did you get that vibe too?
A little, yeah.
It's weird. I gotta say, we did talk to the guy. I'm trying to get him on the channel. I'm making sure he hasn't responded since. But to be fair to this David guy, he did say she was nice when they met. And he was like, she didn't steal the dog. I don't feel that way. But she does acknowledge that she definitely tried to elbow her way to get that dog after he got the dog. And I gotta say, that really bugged me. I want to go through it with you, Steph, again. We can start and stop as we react to this email and really give it a little bit more than it's due, I think. A plea for Bruno, time sensitive. My name is Meghan Markle. I am an actress on the USA Network series Suits. In the past 2 days, I have fallen in love with Bruno. Now I got to stop right there already because when you're at a shelter, you can't wait 2 days. Like, shelters are there trying to get these dogs homes, right? And they're not there's no wait list to, like, maybe, what do you think? You can't hem and haw at a shelter like this. They need to move on to the next dog, and they got a lot of pets to have. So this idea that she came in for 2 days playing with this dog, hoping that the dog might be there again, that's ridiculous, no?
Absolutely ridiculous. I have personal experience of actually adopting 2 dogs in the past from a UK shelter. And yes, some shelters are different. Some will just be like, right, you want to adopt the dog? Take them the same day because, they have so many that they just need to rehome them. Other shelters, the ones that I'm more, I know more of, you need to essentially register your interest straight away.
Right.
You see the dog, you say, okay, right, let me see how I react with the dog. Let's see how the dog reacts with me. You take them out for walks, you spend a little bit of time with them. And if it works, then you've got to go to the shelter and be like, right, okay, I want to adopt this dog.
Yep.
And then it's a process. You put in the application, they'll do a home visit.
Put a deposit down, yeah.
Correct. They'll make sure it's all kosher, all Gucci, before they then give you the green light. For Megsy to be like, spend 2 days with Bruno, walk away, and then be like, oh, I want to adopt him. I've fallen so in love with Bruno. Well, if she's fallen so in love with Bruno, why didn't she make that decision straight away to put in the application? It makes zero sense. It's very contradictory.
100%. That's the thing. These pets need real people who are ready to be owners and love them and take care of them. And she's showing she wasn't ready. That's the reality of this. So she didn't get the dog as soon as she should have gotten the dog. My husband was traveling yesterday. Here's the excuses. When I came in today, when we arrived at the opening, we were told that another application had been put in for him. I thought this dog would just be waiting for me because I'm on Suits. So I wanted to share my thoughts that far extend what an application can include. Basically, I'm better than you. I'm better than anybody who could have gotten this dog. She has no clue who got this dog, but she's immediately assuming she's better than him.
It goes actually further than that. And with Andy's blessing, I'll be doing a video on my own channel doing a bit of a linguistic analysis on this email.
Go subscribe.
Thank you. But this particular paragraph really does bother me because what she's actually turning around and saying is the information that you guys deem important, that you want on an application, isn't actually important. It's my feelings. It's the extra that I'm going to give you that's more important. You don't know any better. That application, it's not really important. I know what's best. I know what's important for you guys to know. So I'm going to give you that instead beyond the application. Because when someone gives you an application, right, they're asking the information that they deem is important, that they want to know. Mm-hmm. For Megxie to turn around and say, actually, no, you're wrong. The information you want to know actually isn't important. Let me actually tell you what's more important.
Right. And let's go through what she thought was more important. My husband and I have been together for 9 years. And they weren't married 9 years, and they broke up 3 months later. I think that's relevant now in hindsight. So she wasn't being too honest. There's no way she didn't know that this relationship was going to go south. I don't believe for a second. So it's very odd she was in a relationship that she literally she mailed this dude's ring back 3 months later after this email was sent, and the dude was heartbroken from everything I've discovered. That's the 9-year-old relationship that she's trying to put a dog into. Oh my God, shameful, Meghan. But she's been searching for a dog for many months. To me, that's a huge red flag. It shows that she's still not ready because she can't make a decision on a dog. Shouldn't take you that long to find a dog. If you want a dog, you go to a shelter and usually you fall in love with a dog you find and you're excited. Bruno's size and temperament and personality fit perfectly with our lifestyle. Your lifestyle. That's what this is all about. Her lifestyle, guys. Her social media, because here she goes into more. I film in Toronto for 8 months out of the year, during which my husband visits every other week. So, Steph, a very stable household where she's moving homes. The husband's not always there. People are going to come in and out. Oh, but then at work, during the work, my castmates bring their dogs. So he'll get connected to a bunch of dogs once in a while, and then they'll never see him again when the job's over. But during this work time, there's a space for the dogs to be social and loved. They're never alone. They're adored. Their names are Charlie, Biscuit, Bug, and Wheezy. Bruno would be a beloved addition to my Suits family. But more importantly to my family at home with me, Trevor, my husband. That is such a caveat. She doesn't give a crap about the real family. Look how much space she devoted to the Suits family. Do you agree with my suspicion that this dog was only being gotten to impress the Suits family because there clearly was a dog lovers there and she wanted to be part of that and show that she was also a dog lover. So it seems to me she was looking for a dog that would best suit Suits, no?
Yes. I'd actually go further than that. I think, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, she was trying to, if she got this, use Bruno, this dog, to try and further her own career in Suits, to try and get a bigger part, to try and get more lines, more screen time, that kind of situation, and try and get an in with the Suits dog community. Because as far as I'm concerned, again, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, Megxie doesn't do anything unless it benefits her. Unless somehow it enables her to climb that ladder further. You really think that she wanted Bruno because she wanted to give a dog a good home and love him, this, that, and the other? Like we said right at the beginning, for her to turn around and say, oh, I spent, time with Bruno and I've fallen in love with him and I've come back and I found out that, oh my goodness, an application's already come in for him. Well, if she'd fallen in love with him there and then, you would have put in the application there and then.
100%. 100%.
So,
and she didn't.
And she didn't. So to me, that indicates that she wasn't getting this dog for what I would say is for the right reasons as to why you would adopt a dog in the first place.
Right, and the application process clearly made the right decision and asked the right questions, Meghan, not the ones you think. Anyway, then she goes to try to basically buy the dog. I will happily tweet, use social media, whatever I got to do. I'll bend over backwards and support your organization monetarily. When I'm on hiatus, I'll come by and basically I'll pay you money and tweet for you. Give me the dog. I'm important. I have a big social media following. So at the end of the day, I want Bruno to have a good home. She's trying to be, this is like one of those things where she doesn't really mean this. She's trying to say, I'm the good home and you're not doing it. I would love for that to be with me and my husband, but trust that you will make the best decision you deem fit. Basically like, you know better here. I'm giving you one last opportunity to do the right thing and give the dog to me. It's how I read this. Yeah. But, you will do better. I know. But nonsense. I would just be remiss if I didn't reach out and make a plea to you directly. Ask Tilly and Fabi. I was heartbroken about leaving Bruno behind today. Bullshit. If you were heartbroken, you would have taken that dog. You wouldn't have risked it. You know how shelter works. I'm sure they would have told you, well, we can't hold the dog. And she's like, I'll wait. And if you said that, I'll wait, you didn't want the dog. You didn't want the dog. I'm happy to show you our very dog-friendly home, sit down and meet with you and answer any and all questions. Oh, maybe they get to sit with Megsy from Suits. Oh, the spa organization must be going bananas at the opportunity to sit with Rachel Zane. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. Yeah, oh, you can have the dog. Can you give us an autographed script too, Megsy? Anyway, that's what she did. Thank you for your consideration. It really would mean the world to us. Best, Megan. I took out the number. I'm not going to call you, Megan. Yes, the email had your number and email, but I have no interest in reaching out. So please don't make it something. And no one has ever seen that as well. I'm very careful, and I want nothing to do with this woman. Steph would never bug her. But I love this at the end. Sent from my feisty iPhone. Please excuse typos and brevity. I feel like it's like Martha.
I was just about to say that is so baby reindeer-ish, which actually fits given what you discussed on the Planet video, where she, as far as we're concerned, she stalked Bruno's owner, like to find him and locate him, to be like, oh, let's do a play date kind of situation. Like, oh my goodness, yeah.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy, it's nuts.
It's like single white female. There's some like weird like stalker here. And this guy, David, all respect, leave him alone. I was able to get in touch with him. I'm trying to see if I can get more for the show. But he basically, Steph saw the correspondence so far. He wasn't as mean to Megan. When I sort of alerted him about the email and everything else, he was kind of like, well, I don't think he stole it. But then as he's writing the email, admits, yeah, I heard she tried to elbow in with an email to take her from me. So she did try to steal it, but he's probably just being nice. But I followed up with him to see if I can get more specifics on the dates and how she got the email, and maybe there's more that we're missing. So I'll let you know if he replies again or if it's anything worthy. But I sense he just doesn't want to even really be involved in this. And the reality is like, look, he where's the article? I think it's here. He gave this dog a really good home, and kudos to this guy. Props to him. All the love. Leave him alone. I don't want him to get more involved in this, or Megsy sending her hate. But sadly, the other dog, Bogart, didn't get the same luxury. And this whole idea that Bogart was temperamental and aggressive, but then the neighbors just took him. It's really gross. I gotta say, like it is not a good look. She knows it. And then we have Harry again covering up for her, writing in the book that some dumb excuse as to why they got rid of it. But at the end of the day, is there any other excuse other than she ditched the dog for Prince Harry?
She ditched the dog for Prince Harry.
She ditched her fur baby, her kid.
Yeah.
Kicked him to the curb.
She markled her own dogs. Let's be real here as far as I'm concerned. And I mean, when it comes to Bogart, I mean, guys, we'd be here for like an hour, but and Guy as well would be here then for 3 hours. But her kind of track record with animals, with what's on the internet and what's being reported, does not paint a flattering picture of Megsy, the animal owner. Let's put it that way. I mean, one of the dogs, as you reported in the Popcorn Planet video, mysteriously had their legs broken, ran away from the dog sitter at the time. And when they found him, all of a sudden his legs are broken. No. No. Something happened. But opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, it's a case of, well, there's something wrong with this picture.
Yes.
Right? Really something wrong with this picture. And so, yeah, I'm really, really glad, and I'm happy for Bruno that this spot shelter made the right decision.
Yes, they
and
really
was
did.
Like, do you know what? No, Megsy, goodbye, denied. Bruno, you can go to David. Because Bruno, I think, escaped a really, really potentially bad situation.
Traumatizing life. Yeah, that's what's really sad about this. Dogs, don't like to be swapped around like this. They're talking about, oh, the move was too tough. I don't buy it. I mean, Sure, it might have been, but there's ways of temperament, especially when you're going to England with the Queen's dog trainers. Like, hello, perfect opportunity to try to make them part of it. There's a lot, but kudos to, and I don't know if Otto's still with us, but Otto seemed like he had a lovely life, great owner. That's the good story. The sad story is Bogart, God knows where he ended up or what's going on. And the fact that she sort of didn't allow the world to see that, or like encourage that, to be like, no, guys, I know this was so heartbroken, but has a new family, and there was a way to follow up with that, I think would have been the genuine, more important way to do it, right? If you're going to make your dog be part of social media, Meghan, well, then we get invested. So if you're going to use the clout, you can't then just tap out and disappear and then not tell us the end of the story. So it's just, she sucks.
But you know what? The final thought for me, she's extremely secretive about her past dog ownership, just as much as her being extremely secretive over Archie and Lilibet. I wonder why. I wonder why. Theory. Because as a previous dog owner, I treated those dogs as though they were my babies. They were my children, right? I loved them. I would lay down my life for them. Again, she's extremely secretive about her previous dogs, just as much as she's extremely secretive about Lilibet and Archie.
So if she lied about this, which she did, as we saw from her own email, she knew this dog before Ellen came in.
Correct.
It's this whole like Ellen thing was for her to network with Ellen. Clearly, that's what this was about. Anybody saying otherwise is just foolish. She ran into Ellen, and God knows if she even ran into Ellen, but whatever. Apparently, she ran into Ellen at this celebrity shelter, and then Ellen's like, get the dog. Oh, you want me to get a dog? Should I get a dog? Girl, you were looking for months. You phony. You phony. And you'll play victim. Oh, we're bullying Meghan, reading her emails. Girl, we're reading this because it proves exactly what we've been telling you forever. She's a fraud. She's all about the clout chasing, social media climbing, and I'm sick of it. Enough is enough. We got your back. We're going to call it out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button. There's so much to talk about. You're going to do the subscribe and join over on Steph, the alternate, as well. She'll be talking about it further on her channel when she gets back. So lovely to have you in studio. We got more content coming. If you missed it, check it out. Watch the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more. And what do you think of the email? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear it.